welcome back to my channel. It's Christina, aka Chrissy Missy, and I have a guest with me today. Her name is Ren.
It's me.
I don't know if you guys may notice her, say she looks familiar, because she actually appeared in the Michelle Khare Extreme Body Makeover.
Yeah.
I don't know how I actually remember that right now. So, but yeah, she welcomely decided to be on my channel, and I thank you.
Of course.
She was like, "What do you want to film?" And I was like, "I don't know. I'm just craving some." What do you call it? Some drawing like the.
Well, in English it's like black bean noodles.
Yes.
But in Korean it's jjajangmyeon.
There we go. I don't know. Yeah. I just know them by black bean noodles, and because I also watch other mukbangers do it. Because she's like, "How do you know about this?" Because I watch. She's like, "Oh, other mukbangers." I was like, "Yeah." I wouldn't know any other way, so then I started yelping places. But I knew she knew a spot. What was the name of the spot that we went to?
I don't remember.
Okay. I took a picture.
We took a picture.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna put it on the thumbnail or whatever.
Right here somewhere.
Yeah. Or maybe in the thumbnail when how do you call it?
When editing.
The intro of the thumbnail when when you're like clicking on the picture. Yeah. That's
there
what
you
I do.
go.
So yeah, we got black bean noodles. I'm excited.
They're so
and
good.
daikon radish. I keep wanting to call them turnips. I don't know why. What was this?
I think it was like
chicken wings.
soy.
It was like soy and garlic.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
The garlic smell is really strong though.
Yeah.
Actually, my mom would never suggest if you went on a first date with. She's like, jjajangmyeon is so like messy. She'd be like, you never want to go on a first date with that because it's like you'll have black bean sauce all over you. It'll be like in your teeth and your clothes. She was like, it's not a first date option.
What about a second date? No.
I don't know. For me, I don't care. I like jjajangmyeon, so like. Whatever.
Not even wings is not even like something appropriate for a woman to have on the first date because you're gonna be all messy, especially garlic. Anything garlic or onion is out of the question.
Out of the question. This is like a no kiss zone.
But unless you've known the person long enough where you're like friends before and you guys don't really care, then by all means go for it.
I mean, if you like it a little messy.
And this is my first time, so I'm really, really excited. She because they give you a sauce in a container that you have to mix in.
Mm-hmm.
If you're doing it to go. And
yeah,
she said I did a good time. Yeah, I did a good mixing. I was like, oh, I saw it on YouTube. So
yeah, you did a really good job mixing it, like a pro.
So what exactly is in the sauce?
Well, I know it's black beans, and I know there's pork, onions.
I did see some a channel where they were mixing it with oyster sauce. Is that a thing?
Yeah, oyster sauce is a thing.
I didn't. I was like, wait, I didn't know.
I'm not sure if that's
all right. Here you go, guys. First bite. Let me see. I'm gonna throw it up after. Just kidding. Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
It's like sweet. I don't know how to describe it really. I taste like, maybe because I said oyster sauce, it kind of tastes seafoody. I don't know. It's so good.
It is good. Very savory. And then there's pork in it, like little chunks of pork.
That's what that is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to try this radish. I hear that the pairing with radish, I don't know, for some reason, it breaks it up and it's like
it's
refreshing.
kind of like the ginger to a sushi. It's like it cleanses the palate.
It's funny that you mention that because I sometimes break the rules and I'll put like ginger on top of my sushi.
Me too. Sometimes I just want a little bit of ginger.
And then I heard it's rude to put your ginger in soy sauce, like dunk it.
Really?
Yeah, I still do it.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, I saw a video where it was a person who, it was like their intro to sushi. So they went to like this sushi chef, and the sushi chef, especially in an omakase setting, which is like a more intimate setting between you and the chef. And I think omakase means trust me, so meaning you have to trust the chef, so the chef will just, do whatever. And of course, if you have dietary restrictions, you let them know.
Yeah.
For me, it'd probably be like,
That's
don't
cool.
give me too much wasabi, because I'm not big on wasabi. I don't put wasabi on. I don't touch wasabi when they give it to me, but I do love ginger.
I'd probably be too scared to tell the chef anything. Because I don't think I have any dietary restrictions. I just take what they give me.
What would you say is your favorite food?
Hmm.
Oh, I gave her a hard one. She's thinking.
I love food. I would have to say probably sashimi.
Oh, what kind?
Salmon.
Nice.
It's up there.
You have a good taste in food.
Yes.
One thing I forgot to mention is how we met.
Oh yeah.
I met her through Jenny Lorenzo. What are the odds?
Hi Jenny.
Shout out to Jenny Lorenzo for bringing friendships together.
Thanks Jenny.
I think it was the Harry Potter one, right? You were on that.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
We were talking in the car on the way, and I was like listing the rules that I've been on Jenny's videos, and Harry Potter was the first one that I did background, and it just clicked her, and I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
That she was on set, and that was the first time I met you.
Yeah,
and then I saw her before Michelle Khare came on when she did her makeup body makeover video?
Yeah,
when she did that with you in it. Before that, she was doing stories with Michelle Khare, and I said, oh, she knows Michelle Khare, but I never asked her about it. And then when I saw that, I was like, oh, that makes sense, because I saw that there was a contest, right, where you had to make a video. Yeah, what was your experience with that?
It was super fun. Oh, honestly, I'm still don't know how I got it. I poured my heart out into the video. Like, I knew it was gonna come because she posted like a little warning. She's like, hey, in a few minutes I'm gonna post something on my Instagram that, you know, my subscribers can join and do something. I was like, oh, okay, I'm interested. And so it was like, hey, if you want to do extreme body makeover, like, send me your video, give me a record, like, where you live, what your name is, what's your story. And I did it then and there. Like, within 15 minutes I sent in my application, and apparently, like, I was one of the first people to send it.
Oh wow.
But I didn't get a response until about a week later, so I'm sure they had like thousands to go through. I was just really fortunate to get chosen.
Wow.
Yeah. And here I am eating jajangmyeon, which is I'm not supposed to be eating. It's not healthy, but it's delicious.
Michelle won't see this, right?
If you do, I'll eat a salad.
Sorry,
after.
I'm a bad influence, Michelle. You can blame it on me. If we ever meet.
We did it for her video, but it's okay. I still do meal prepping and everything. Everything I've learned from that video, I still incorporate in my life today.
I was gonna say, man, this is totally anti body makeover here. I'm one to make responsible for it, but it's okay. You know what? I need to grab a wing because I feel like they need some blood.
They look good. Ooh.
I was hoping to do kimbap, but they didn't have kimbap.
They didn't have kimbap there.
I was like, I'll just do this instead.
Yeah, I mean, they look good. I've never tried this one before.
Wow, they're good. Sweet.
Really garlicky?
You have a little kick of garlic,
Oh.
but mostly sweet. I like garlic. I'm a big fan
Oh, I
of
love garlic. You're not Korean if you don't like garlic.
I was gonna say same for Mexican, but no, you're not Mexican if you don't like chile.
Oh.
Yeah, they're gonna disown me because I'm not a big spice. I started though. I just started. I even told my mom. She was kind of proud of me because
really,
she loves to buy for the household. She likes to buy la costeña, which is like this little jalapeno, pickled jalapenos, and I always would go for the carrots and the onions that they had, the little pieces. And I don't know, for some reason I was like,
I'll try it.
No, I would eat it, but sometimes it would be too spicy, so I would just stick to the smaller ones. But I recently was craving it, so I bought it, and it wasn't as spicy. And my mom was like, "What?" You know, she was surprised that I told her that I bought that because she knows I'm not. She's like, "You're not part of our culture."
Oh my god.
She's like, "Because you don't like spice." So I'm like, sorry. I like to taste my food. I don't like a kick in that.
I like a little bit of spice.
Well, I told her I like a little bit of spice, but not too much. So what was your story that you provided for Michelle Khare, if you don't mind?
Oh yeah, no problem. So the story that I gave Michelle Khare, or like what I filmed for her, was basically my PCOS story, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome, and I've been dealing with that since I was 11-ish, and I've been misdiagnosed multiple times throughout my youth, whether it was like endometriosis or just like uterine cancer or like some crazy stuff. And at that time, they didn't really have that much research based on PCOS. So they were like, maybe it's thyroid, maybe it's this. So I was on multiple different medication, always switching from one thing to another.
So why is it that they misdiagnosed it? Like what exactly is PCOS?
So anyone who has polycystic ovarian syndrome has an overlay of different kind of symptoms, but it's like a mix and match thing. Like some people have this, some people have that, but overall it's very similar. Like for me, for example, is like weight gain is really easy, but weight loss is very, very difficult because my metabolism is very low. A lot of things, like I get facial hair as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I also have darkening of skin, which is like, I think it's hirsutism. I cannot pronounce it. But I have like darkening of skin like on the base of my neck in the back, my groin and the armpit area. So basically a lot of pituitary glands or a lot of other glands have darkening of skin. I know a lot of women that do have PCOS have infertility issues. Yeah, and then just in general they have either their menstrual cycle is just out of whack. Yeah, so everyone has their own journey to go through it, and they all have their own specific thing that's going on. So that's PCOS. Another thing is a lot of women that do have PCOS end up getting stage 2 diabetes, and that's like another factor for a lot of women that are like really scared, or they're not even like, they don't even know.
Oh,
so there's that. But it's mostly because like their hormone levels are just off balance.
and is there like some sort of treatment for that, or?
For the most part, a lot of women are prescribed metformin, which is like to help with preventing diabetes and insulin level, and then birth control. That's usually all they give us. But there's not a lot of research done on PCOS, just in general. There's been more lately, but in general, not a lot. And everyone, like, there are a lot of people that try to do it without medication and try to do it the more natural way, whether it's like by diet and exercise, or sometimes through different methods. I'm not entirely sure. You can find there's different people try to cure it, but I don't think there's a cure-all. There's a way to just maintain. There's no cure-all in general because like they're like tiny little cysts that are on your ovaries.
Oh wow!
Like microscopic. And for some women, it's actually big enough that they have to do surgery. So.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think the first time I heard that, I think was an article. I forgot where I read it. Are there like types where like you get pain, like if it's cramped?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was reading this one girl. She had huge cramps, and she went to the doctor, and the doctor just misdiagnosed her and just said, "Oh, it's just your period or something," kind of dismissive.
Mm-hmm.
And she just, she knew there was something else there, and so she kept going doctor after doctor until she was saying her symptoms. But yeah, finally it took that one doctor to be like, "Yeah, no, this is PCOS,"
Mm-hmm.
and that was the first time I was like, "Whoa, so it is a thing." So,
Yeah.
yeah, but I can only imagine cramps. Like,
It's not fun. It's not fun. That's why a lot of people thought that I had endometriosis, because it was so inhabilitating where I would just lay in bed and like think I was dying. Even like Midol or Tylenol, nothing. No painkillers could help. It was terrible. But yeah, that's PCOS, and that's kind of like the story. Like obviously PCOS affects most women in different ways. There's always the question of, if I don't have normal menstrual cycles, or if I can't have children, am I a woman? That's a lot of questions.
Oh wow.
Yeah, a lot of deep stuff, and also like it can cause anxiety and clinical depression. That's another thing.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Sorry, didn't mean it to be so sad. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's not a sad thing.
But it doesn't stop her from being Ren. If you guys meet her, she's awesome. I feel like
it's just another disability that people live with, and that's not necessarily a bad thing.
It's just good to educate yourself, because I didn't know, and I saw that, and I was like, oh, I didn't know this about her, because I only met her once, and then I see her Insta stories, and I was like, oh wow, that's crazy. So yeah.
So yeah, if you have a chance, watch that video too. Thanks, Michelle.
I'll probably link that down below. I'll put that, put the Michelle Khare so you guys know and know more of her story and know who Michelle Khare is if you don't already know. So another question I'm going to ask, because we have Jenny in common. How did you meet Jenny?
We had a mutual friend, and at the time I was working as a brand ambassador for a company, and I took that opportunity to help with my social anxiety skills, because like brand ambassador, you have to like force yourself onto people and take rejection, or be like, hi, how are you? Would you like to do this? Are you interested in this? Here, take this pamphlet. Like, but it really helps with, just taking rejection, saying hi to people, and just being socially more active, I guess, for me. So I took that as an opportunity to do that. And my friend that I met was equally shy. So we kind of bonded over that the first time we ever met. And we both discussed like what our goals were. And I was like, oh, well, I want to do more filming. This is a new career that I want to do more stuff in. I don't know anything about it, but she happened to be a film, I guess DP. Yeah, she's a DP.
What's
Director
a
of
DP?
photography?
Yes, there is. Yeah. I was like, DP.
Yeah,
what
so she's
DP?
so she's a DP, director of photography. And she's like, oh, well, I film stuff all the time. I can teach you some things. And, like, she's amazing. So she took time out of her day to, like, teach me stuff. And it has been really great. And then one day she's like, oh, well, if you're interested in doing YouTube, I have a friend that does YouTube for a living, basically. And I was like, oh, okay, that'd be cool if you introduce me. But, no rush, no nothing. I'm fine with figuring stuff out on my own, too. I'm sure they're busy. And she's like, it's no problem. Come with me on set one day and like I'll introduce you guys. And so she did. And lo and behold, it was Jenny Lorenzo. And in my head, I was freaking out because I loved her content ever since like years ago when she was like on BuzzFeed, and then she moved to Mito.
And then she created Pero Like.
Yeah, she created Pero Like. And I'm like, I love Pero Like. So when I met her the first time, I was freaking out. I was internally fangirling. Yeah, so that's mostly how I met and was introduced to her. But I was more friends with the DP friend.
Nice.
Yeah, she's super sweet.
Yeah, I know that DP friend. She's cool too.
She films mostly not all, a good bunch of Jenny Lorenzo's videos as well. This is good.
I'm like, am I done? But then I can't tell. But then the sauce is pretty thick, but my noodles are pretty much I like one or two.
Well, yeah.
But it was so good. And it's funny because you see it and it's like, oh, they don't give me that many noodles, but you dip it in sauce and it just makes that much of a difference.
Yeah. And then a lot of people take the leftover sauce and just put it on top of rice.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And then that's just called jajangpap.
Oh, wow. See, I was just telling her I need to buy a rice maker. Maybe I should do a wish list. But she was like, you don't have a rice maker? I go, I know, we do rice differently, but because I'm so busy now. It's like one of those, do you hardly work? No. Do you work hard or do you hardly work? I'm like, yeah, we hardly work. But I make it seem like it work. Nah, I do work.
You work a lot. It was hard to even film this because you're always busy.
Yeah, we had to. Didn't we set this like 2 weeks in advance?
Yeah. We had to schedule this 2 weeks in advance. Be like, hold this day for me, so we can film. I was like, okay.
Yeah, and then she was like, hey, are we still up for it? I was like, oh, she wants to do this, all right. And then we like last minute, I think it was yesterday, you messaged me like, what kind of food do you want? And I was like, I don't know, black bean and kimbap, you know. And she's like, oh yeah, she already had a spot, so I was like, even better. But yeah, when it comes to like favorite food, my favorite food is sushi. Specifically, I love salmon. My favorite spot, though, I do have a favorite spot, but I don't go all the time because it's so far, and I have to deal with parking. But I don't know if you've heard of Khare Sushi. It's in Little Tokyo on East 2nd Street and Los Angeles. Yes, there's a street called Los Angeles. It's a conveyor belt, and it brings you sushi, and then there's a lid on the sushi, and you just lift the plate up, you get your plate, and I think for the most part, most of these plates are like $2.75 per plate, and it's like it's like little kind of like sample pieces maybe, but like when it's like two standard sushi pieces when you get like salmon or something, and it's so good.
Wow.
It's like, people know this is my go-to spot because they're like, you're back there again. I'm like, yeah, where else would I be, you know? Or people, my friends know I love sushi so much that like when I tell them, hey, where do you know, when I actually have time to socialize, they're like, hey, what do you want to have dinner? And I said, well, if you don't have a choice, you know where I want to go. They're like, sushi. And I was like, yeah, so either say something or I'm gonna take you to a sushi spot. But if they don't like sushi, then I'm respectful and I go with something else. But for the most part, yeah, they know I'm gonna default to sushi. And I was just telling her, man, like I think
it's a good default.
Yeah. I just like, I don't know, I just love sushi, and then my mom tells me, oh, it's so good that, you know, you like sushi because it's so healthy, and yeah. Because I could be liking fast food, like, oh, McDonald's. I eat McDonald's every day. No, that wouldn't be good.
We'll just die from mercury poisoning because it's fish.
Yeah, that's the only, not a big deal.
Not a big deal. If that's how I go, that's how I go.
Yep.
That sounds good.
Alright, so I think we're going to wrap this up.
Yeah. Wait, I'm going to take one bite of the chicken.
Oh, yeah, what happened, man?
I forgot. I was eating my noodles. Oops, still crispy.
They're not soggy. Yeah, so I always tell my viewers, what do you think?
That's good.
Better than anyone you've ever tasted in your life?
I don't know, but it's pretty up there.
What does it taste like?
It's very sweet and savory. There's like a little kick to it.
Yeah, right? That's what I was feeling.
What is that?
I thought it was the garlic, but
I don't think it's garlic. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a sweet and sour kind of seasoning, but then there's spiciness to it.
Yeah, there's a little kick to it.
No, kick to it. Yeah. And then like ginger.
I'm gonna have another one. Is it ginger? Is that what?
Is it ginger or is it garlic?
No, it's supposed to be garlic, but they might have added ginger in it.
It's good. I do taste the soy sauce.
Yeah. It does have a little kick initially, and then once you start getting to eat it, you don't feel the kick as much.
It's just sweet.
Yeah.
The texture is really good though. Really crunchy outside, really soft inside.
It's funny because I always ask my viewers if they have any suggestions, but I haven't really gotten any. So I just choose. So it's like if I get people going, but I didn't want to see that. Well, you didn't speak up. So
yeah.
If you don't speak up, I'm going to keep featuring sushi on my channel. Till you bleed to your ears.
Oh my god. Maybe that's what they want to see.
No, everybody just, I mean, for the most part, I'm really thankful because I get a lot of people giving positive feedback on my videos and saying, you know, oh, that was good, or I'm going to try that. But one thing I'm going to say here, though, I was telling her, my last donut video, I'm surprised nobody said, how come you didn't eat, you know, a lot of donuts by yourself? You know, nobody called me out on that. So I was like, all right, so I guess people just want to see me eating half a donut. Quarter of a donut. It was a quarter of a donut. Because the story behind that is that my friend Dan got to the Voodoo Donut place before me, so he kind of just bought the two donuts. He chose the donuts. So, and those donuts are pretty expensive. Like, they're not cheap, but I would have, and then I didn't want to do the whole glazed donut, because you guys know what glazed donut is. I was there to review it and stuff. And Dan knows more about donuts than me, so that's why he was mostly talking. 'Cause what am I gonna say? Oh, this tastes sweet, and because I don't eat donuts as much as he does, so I'm just like, yeah. I, as a little kid though, it was a tradition for my mom. Like every 2 weeks, we'd buy a dozen donuts from Winchell's across the street.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was our tradition. We would have donuts for like breakfast with like milk or coffee, and
That's so sweet.
it was awesome. Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, this is what we would order mostly. It was like glazed donuts because the glazed donuts would always go quick. It was popular in the house. My mom loved the chocolate sprinkles, like the multi like rainbow sprinkles.
Mhm.
That's the one I would eat sometimes. It was between that and the glazed. And then my dad, for some reason, he liked the twisty ones with sugar. So, yeah,
Oh, those are good.
those are good. So yeah, because my mom, like, if I'll choose something different, my mom's like, don't buy this. Nobody eats this. Get something that, you know, even if you have to, if most of the box is covered in glazed donuts, that's fine. That means they'll eat it. So
Yeah.
yeah, but
That's
that was
popular.
one of the nice traditions I would have.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's super sweet. Our family had beignets.
Oh, beignets. I love beignets.
Maybe next time I'll try beignets.
I the only time I eat beignets is when I go to Disneyland.
Oh.
And I should go soon because apparently they have a. Now get this, I'm not big on pumpkin spice things, even though you saw me doing that pumpkin spice thing with Jenny Lorenzo. Where if you guys
Pumpkin
see,
spice everything.
I had a pumpkin spice flavored tapatio. I thought that was hilarious when I saw the. Yeah, a lot of people are like, "Oh, that looks pretty disgusting." I'm like, "Yeah, no, I'm there with you," but it's part of the video. We're like, "Yeah, I'm not hating."
It's not a real thing, though, right?
No,
Oh,
she
thank
like
God.
made it. Because when we were coming up, brainstorming, if you will, she was like, what's something like Mexican that we could put a pumpkin spice twist onto it? And then she thought, what about, I was like, tamale. I mean, she was like, pumpkin spice tamale. All right. But then when I saw the script, she turned that into the tapatio, and I was just laughing. I was like, why didn't I think about this? Because she like messaged me. She was like, oh, what's the typical sauces that you guys eat? And I said, well, there's Cholula, Valentina, and tapatio, but tapatio is the most requested of them all. So she made it tapatio, and she labeled it so wonderfully because she put her graphic design skills to it.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was just funny.
So skilled.
And so I was like, tapatio, man, imagine. Oh, it's just gross though. A lot of people are like, oh, that's gross. I was like, no, I'm right there with you. And so
I'm glad it's not a real thing.
so yeah, so going back to the pumpkin spice, apparently there's pumpkin spice beignets. So
Really?
yeah, they had that for a limited time.
Wow.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know what beignets are,
Oh, yeah.
how would you describe a beignet?
You know those? What is the fried snake thing that they sell at the
Funnel cakes.
funnel cakes?
Oh, that's awesome.
Wait, so it's like a funnel cake, but in pillow shape.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like, for me, I describe it as a pillow-shaped donut with like powdered sugar on top.
Yeah.
And the way they give it to you in Disneyland is they'll put it in the bag, and then with like extra powdered sugar, and then you just kind of shake it so it makes sure you get all that powdered sugar, and it's a mess. And another thing you don't have on a date if you want to look proper.
It's a delicious
But
mess.
I don't care. I would still have it on date because it's so good. But yeah, beignets are like one of my favorite desserts. Like
They're so fluffy.
yeah, I'd probably say they're like. I'd be hated if I say this, but they're kind of better than a donut in my opinion.
I think so.
Probably
Fight
because
me.
no, fight me. No, I think it's because you don't see that many beignets here, so it's like you have to go specifically. And then I was telling her there's one at the farmers market over on 3rd and Fairfax if you're in LA. She didn't even know that. I didn't know that until I yelped it. I was like, you know what? I miss beignets, but not enough to go all the way to Disneyland to get some. So I had to yelp it, and I was like, wait a minute, farmers market all this time under my nose. So yeah. From time to time, I'll go to farmers market, and they're pretty good.
I'll have to try it out.
All right, guys. I think we're wrapping this up.
Definitely.
Thank you for joining us. Comment, like, share, subscribe, and I'm gonna put her link channel down too. Go ahead and subscribe to her. What do you mostly talk about on your channel?
I mostly talk about PCOS. I like to do little art stuffs and crafts. I'm still figuring out what it is. But for the most part, a lot of PCOS content.
Well, there you go. If you guys want to know more about PCOS other than Googling it, or, have questions about it, you can go ahead and look at her channel and then drop a comment on her channel and ask more questions. dog's trying to get the food.
Yep.
Don't drop my camera.
Don't do that.
No. Okay.
Don't do
All
that.
right.
All right.
Thank you guys for joining. We'll see you guys later. Bye.